Real quick, I want to say no hate towards Blox or anything. This is just my opinion. Also, we about to hit 7K, so make sure to subscribe and like the video. It helps my channel out a lot. Thank you. Rell Seas versus Blox Fruits is a lot more complicated than a lot of y'all might think. And in some aspects, they're not even competitors in my opinion. But hey, I see you looking at me crazy like that. Let me explain. So first, looking at Rell Seas, I don't think it's controversial for me to sit here and say that what Rell Seas has shown us in such a short amount of time is simply amazing. I mean, we've gotten good visuals with Rell Seas. We've gotten good gameplay mechanics. We've gotten innovative and unique gameplay mechanics, which is something I can very rarely say about new Roblox games. But I feel like the recent information Rell Seas just gave us really sums up what I'm trying to explain to y'all. So as a lot of y'all probably already seen, Rell Seas is gonna have mounts, right? And a lot of people assume that because they're gonna have mounts, that instead of just having bandit quests, they're gonna make a large majority of their progression simple fetch quests, like, oh, you have to go grab this and come back. So that's why they're adding mounts. But they clarified this is not the case. The progression in Rell Seas won't be linear, meaning it won't just be from point A to point B like it is in Blox Fruits. Instead, you'll have a wide variety of options to choose. Think of a game like Voxelblade if y'all have ever played that. But the thing that's actually really relevant to Rell Seas versus Blox Fruits here is the fact that they say that Rell Seas is designed for more mature audiences and it doesn't have Blox Fruits style progression, which is designed for children. And this honestly had me really confused at first because we know that Rell Seas' goal is to surpass Blox Fruits. So how are they going to surpass Blox Fruits while focusing on an entire different demographic? And this gets even more confusing when you consider that majority of Roblox is kids. So essentially Blox Fruits is focusing on the majority of players while Rell Seas is out here focused on the minority of players. And although Rell Seas seems to be the better game, at least in my opinion, the kids are gonna prefer the easier game, which is specifically designed for them. And I don't think we have to debate whether this is true or not. Let's just look at a past example with Grand Peace Online. A lot of people would argue that when Grand Peace Online initially went free, it was a objectively better game than Blox Fruits, and I honestly would agree with this. So why did the game not kill or surpass Blox Fruits? And the obvious reasoning for this is the game is not targeted towards children as much. Even though the games are very similar, they both have the bandit beater island to island progression, the game doesn't handhold you through everything. The game doesn't tell you how to get fruits. You kind of have to figure it out yourself, and the game is just simply not as easy. For example, the progression, the NPCs actually fight back. They know how to block, and even though it doesn't get that difficult, to a kid it is a lot more complicated than it seems. And let's be real here, Rell games aren't stupid. They definitely saw what happened with GPO. They saw a game that's very similar to Blox Fruits and just a bit more complicated struggle because of that tiny bit of complication. And like I said, this had me confused for the longest time. Why is Rell Seas trying to make their game so complicated? Don't get me wrong, I want it to be like that. I think that makes it a way better game, but why are they doing that if their goal is to surpass Blox Fruits when they know they're on a kid's platform? And I think the somewhat obvious answer that was kind of in front of me the whole time is that yes, Rell Seas is trying to surpass Blox Fruits, but they're not necessarily trying to compete for the same player base. They're not trying to steal all the little kids from Blox Fruits. If they were, they wouldn't make this type of game. Instead, they're trying to get people from outside of Roblox to come try their game. I think they're trying to make a game so good that people that don't even play Roblox will play it. And this probably won't make a lot of sense at first, but think about it. They're not going to beat Blox Fruits by competing for the same children that are already loyal to Blox Fruits and naturally would favor that type of game. So although I don't think it's going to be easy to get hundreds of thousands of people from out of Roblox to play their game, I do think it's the only logical way you could really go about surpassing Blox Fruits while still making a game that they're actually going to be proud of. And if we look at their tweet, this makes even more sense. They said that they're going to destroy Blox Fruits' cash grab era. They're not going to destroy this era by just creating a second or better Blox Fruits. They're only going to destroy this era realistically by bringing players that aren't going to be falling for these cash grab games, which is older and more mature players. And if this ends up being true, I'm rocking with Rell Seas even more than I already was, because this would not just help Rell, this would help the entire platform. We'd probably see more high quality games because the audience would enjoy them more and not play low quality bandit beater type games, or at least that's what I would hope would happen. But I think Rell has tweeted about my video topics indirectly, so if y'all want them to talk and maybe confirm this, please like the video and subscribe, because hey, the worst that can happen is they don't, but I think it is kind of likely they might if you guys like, subscribe, and comment. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all. We're almost at 7K. Later.